So a total of 3 more finals to go, and here's the next one, DD2 and DD2 Masters. Let's take you through the starting grid. On pole position, having won the pre-final after a fantastic drive earlier on today, Imke starts from pole and will be joined by the 4-2-0 of Zemknopius alongside on the front row. Nicolas Guillaume and Axel Hoos round out row 2 with Bas van Vlimmeren leading in DD2 Masters, having won the pre-final and also taking pole position earlier on today. Bas will be joined by Jesse Spans on row number 3. Brett Ottes will be joined by Christoph Adams on row number 4 with Mark van der Kamp and Niels Böhler rounding out the top 10. Rick van der Straat, Derek van Gert, Dominic Ommels, Maurice Knopius, Wim Rouleau, Douglas Knol and Ton van Weert round out the 17-strong grid. Once again, it's going to be 13 minutes plus 2 additional laps of racing. So the drivers head into the tram lines, revs rise, lights are on, lights are out first time. Arts leads the field into turn 1. Knopius slots in behind in second. As they head down to turn 2 for the first time, hard under brakes. Axel Hoos trying to see if he can get past Nicolas Guillaume, but there might be an opportunity to go into turn 3, but Nicolas Guillaume shuts off the door. Jesse Spans loses a position, maybe 2, to Bas van Vlimmeren, and also to Brett Ottes, but Arts and Knopius leading the way, and they scarpered into the distance early. And what's more, I think drivers have opted to go for slicks, possibly. We'll see the respective lap times after the opening lap here at Circuit de Lansar, but look at the big dry line that is there. This is where the drivers will have probably have decided and thought about it and gone for it and decided, well, you know what, let's go slicks. Okay, opening laps, 50.673 for Imke Arts, 50.842 for Zemknopius, as there's one driver a little bit further back at the back end of the field, Ton van Weert, as there has been a change for third. Oh, right, drama for Nicolas Guillaume. Down to fourth goes the 444 from SP Motorsport, but it's going to be a sheer dog-eat-dog fight at the front end of the field, because look at the distance. Oh, and a big old off, and that was Jesse Spans coming through the chicane, knocking the barriers to one side. So went straight on. Jesse Spans just completely mistimed it under braking, and Neuer went straight on. Oh, and Maurice Knopius having a slight ding-dong battle with somebody else. Not too sure who that might have been. It might have been Rick van der Straat, possibly. As it is getting a bit hairy out there at this point in time. Temperature is starting to drop ever so slightly. But Guillaume looking to try and get through on the 455 from Combi Kart Racing Team. And now looks for the move. Oh, wide goes the 455. Now, yellow flags were out at that point. So no overtaking under yellows. So that one I'm going to wait until there is a decision being made on whether Nicolas Guillaume might have been deemed to have passed under yellow flag conditions on Axel Hoos through that part of the chicane. But that is down to race control, not me. Oh, well, the reason being, now, Zemknopius is down in 6th, so might have been the reason why that yellow flag came out. Imke Arts is leading Nicolas Guillaume by 7/10. So I'm wondering whether Knopfier's might have got... Oh, and Imke Arts! Imke Arts has just hit trouble. Ran deep going into turn 8, and Guillaume's got through. So some drivers, I think, might have chanced it on slicks. There are others that might have gone, well, you know what? I'm going to play devil's advocate and stay on wet tyres. So this is where it's going to get crucial. Bas van Vlaanderen gets up the inside of Axel Hoos, who's got a very, very different coloured right-hand side pod at the minute. So might have been all that muck that was kicked up going off at the turn 6 and 7 chicane. Sam Knopfler is now back up to speed and is closing down on Brett Otters, who is also trying to close in on the number 4, 55, just up in front. Now, well, Imke Arts is hemorrhaging time at the minute. Was it a decision that might have played into the hands that those that were, you know what, we're not going to chance it. We've got a set of wets, let's use them. But the problem with that is that if you're on a track that's constantly evolving and it's wetter than when it at the start than when it finished, the optimal choice might be going on to slicks, but that is a decision between driver, mechanic, and maybe in some incidences, team. As well, that is now a change. Axel Hoos is off the DD2 podium because Brett Otters has got through for 4th place, which more importantly is 3rd. However, well, Brett Otters has just lost out to Axel Hoos and also Sem Knoppiers. So there is going to be changes afoot. It looks like those that stuck on dry tyres might have made the better inspired choice. But those on wets might decide, well, you know what? I might lose a little bit of time here, a little bit of time here, but if I can make it work, if I can make it stick, whereby I don't have to worry, then that could be the difference. So 7 laps completed. And Imke Arts is trying her best, trying to look for a window of opportunity to get past Nicolas Guillaume for the race lead. Bas van Vlimmeren might not even want to be satisfied with a DD2 Masters class win. At this point, he's less than 4 tenths behind the race leader. So through into 10, 11. Now the right-hander at 12 before the right at 13. Line astern between 2 DD2 and 1 DD2 Masters driver. Look at the gap, it's 2.5 tenths. Van Vlimmeren might be looking for an opportunity. Arts was looking for an opportunity through turn 2, thought better of it. Discretia being the better part of Valor into turn 3. They both pull away from the 552, who looks to be a lot more measured under the braking. Under braking, Van Vlimmeren looks to have the measure on both Arts and Guillaume as they come out of turn 5. Into the run, into the chicane once again. 5 minutes and 50 still to go. All it takes is one wrong error, one slip up, one incorrect steering input, one incorrect modulation on the throttle, a couple of millimeters too much on the loud pedal, and you can find yourself on the wrong end of the stick. And now Van Vlimmeren looking for the move up the inside. That's on Imke Arts. Van Vlimmeren now P2 overall, leading Masters. Well, who'd have thought this for the playbook? Folks, there's still 5 minutes plus 2 laps. That's all I'm going to give away. It's not a promise. It's not a prediction. It's a possible spoiler in the mix. because Van Vlimmeren last time around was fractionally quicker. Well, Van Vlimmeren was nearly was over a tenth quicker than Guillaume. And Guillaume's going to be thinking, well, hang on a second. That's not Imkit, that's not Sem, that's Buzz behind me. And now the battle for P2 in DD2 really heats up. Knoppi is looking for a dive up the inside through on Imkit Arts at turn number 2, but the 421 held a line and held a nerve at that point. And now through into turn 4. Knopfius gets through for 3rd overall, 2nd in DD2. There's still plenty left in this story to come, folks. That's effectively what is happening. What we are seeing is real time, right here, right now at Eindhoven, at Circuit de Lansard. And Van Vlimmeren has an opportunity to win this race overall. I'm not going to discount that. Far from it for me to discount someone who's got a ton of experience. But Knopius is closing on in. There is an opportunity. Well, if anyone might remember, Knopius did take a win earlier on this season and is gunning for another. And now Imkit Arts makes it a 4-kart squabble with 3 minutes and 10 seconds still to go. This is on the edge of your seat. Tender hooks racing at its finest. And now Knopfius looking for the move, possibly up the inside of Van Vlimmeren. Arts now gets through as well. But in the meantime, now you've got to start pushing. Now you've got to start hunting after the race leader. And Arts is saying to Knopfius, by the way she's driving now, Sem, push. Leave no stone unturned. We need to battle that guy in front. And still, things could be further more exciting. The reason being is the number 455. Axel Hoos not too far behind either. So he could factor into this. Because at the moment, the podium looks this way in terms of DD2 with 2 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Guillaume, Knopfius and Arts. Masters, Van Vlimmeren, Knopfius, Moritz Knopfius and Niels Böhler. Christoph Adams is 14th and 5th in Masters behind Wim Rouleau. This is a cat and mouse game. This is about keeping your cars close to your chest and waiting for whether you have that aces and eights or royal flush. And then Van Vlimmeren decides, well, I'm going to dive up the inside of Imkit Arts. Well, that spoiled her opportunity a little bit. And, well, I don't think, well, Imkit Arts was not very happy about that. And Buzz Van Vlimmeren's actions there on circuit and his decided hand gesture was not exactly what he wanted, and well, that's cost him all his loss of concentration and momentum. Because Arts is clearly in the battle for the race lead overall. Van Vlimmeren, yes. But you have to look at this is mentally and physically exhausting over what is effectively a 15-minute race, not including the formation laps. And now all 5 of them, line astern, were 8.8 tenths of a second apart. Guillaume at the moment has been doing the least work out of the quintet. He's just kept his position. Arts and Knopfius want to close in. Oh, Axel just goes straight on. Oh, the 455's race has just gone awry. Missed his braking point straight on at the chicane, used the exit road. Well, that's done it for the 455. But 2 laps remain, just over 2 kilometres to go. And again, Bas van Vlimmeren up the inside of Imke Arts. Well, Axel Hoos now might have the opportunity to get through, but the decision might be out on what just happened with that straight line infraction going straight on at the chicane. That is down to the race stewards and also race direction. Fair call on that. But Sam Knopfjes looking for a last lap opportunity to get through on Nicolas Guillaume. 14 turns, 1,050 metres remains in this final. 1.6 tenths of a second separates Knopfjes from Guillaume, and was sideways under braking was the 420 going through turn 2. Now into 3. Knopfjes has got to go all out, all guns blazing if he wants another win this season. And now Knopfjes just using the curb as aggressively as Guillaume, and looks for the inside. Oh, and a clash between the pair. Guillaume hits the barriers onto the circuit. Knopfjes is going to take the win on the road here in the final. Guillaume might think otherwise. Van Vlimmeren takes the win in Masters. Axel takes 4th on the road, 3rd overall provisionally in the DD2 and DD2 Masters final. Imke Arts started from pole, finishes 5th. That's 4th overall provisionally. Mark van der Kamp, Brett Ottes, Jesse Spans, and Niels Böhler, who finishes 2nd in Masters, rounds out the top 10. Wim Hulot, 3rd in DD2 Masters, ahead of Maurice Knopfjes, Christoph Adams, Dominic Hummels. We're waiting for one more driver to cross the line. Douglas Knoll with Derek van Kurt and Tom van Weert, unfortunately retiring on lap 13 and lap 5, with Sam Knopfjes winning provisionally the DD2 and DD2 Masters final. Overall here at Circuit de Lanzarote.